of you, there's a song in my heart.
That's Tony Bennett on The Ed Sullivan Show in 1951. Because of You was Tony's first number one on the Billboard charts. Now we know it was his final song too. As his loved ones wrote on his Twitter account, Tony left us today, but he was still singing the other day at his piano, and his last song was Because of You, his first number one hit. Tony, because of you, we have your songs in our heart forever. Yeah, Tony passed away at the age of 96.
And I can smile.
When he turned 80, he re-recorded Because of You with Katie Lang as part of his 2006 album, Duets, an American Classic.
Because of you.
KD was a frequent collaborator with Tony. They won a Grammy Award together for Best Traditional Pop Vocal Album in 2004 for their joint album, A Wonderful World.
And now when there's moon glow.
Yesterday, Katie tweeted a clip of them singing Moonglow from Tony's 1994 MTV Unplugged, and she wrote, "The indelible imprint of this man. How can we possibly express our gratitude? Only perhaps by understanding the power of a good song and the generosity of a great singer. I cherish you as my friend and as my teacher. Swift rebirth, Tony." Now, of course, Lady Gaga was also a very frequent collaborator with Tony and was part of his final concert in 2021, but she hasn't posted anything yet, and I'll do a separate segment when that happens. Could be any second.
If you just smile.
In the meantime, some other Tony collaborators, like Barbra Streisand, remembered Tony as incredibly sweet and a joy to sing with. John Legend said it was an honor to spend some time and make music with one of the greats. Now, it's no shocker that Tony was a big influence on Michael Buble. Michael tweeted, "To say he was an important part of who I became is an understatement. My grandpa was constantly playing Tony Bennett records when I was growing up, and it was an honor of a lifetime to learn from him and dance with him."
That lovely day.
Yeah, the two danced cheek to cheek on the Today Show in 2006. Michael was on both of Tony's Duets albums, singing Just in Time that year, and then Don't Get Around Much Anymore in 2011.
Don't get around much anymore.
Having my hero take me under his wing was one of the greatest moments of my life and my career. How did I get so lucky to kneel at the feet of the master for 2 decades? Tony, I'll never stop learning from you, and I promise you I'll do my best to keep the music we cherish alive. Rest in peace.
Ladies and gentlemen, Tony Bennett.
Billy Joel called Tony one of the most important interpreters of the American popular song in the 20th century, and while Billy sang The Good Life on Tony's Duets album, they also famously performed New York State of Mind in 2008 at Shea Stadium.
I'm in a New York state of mind.
He's got the greatest voice. He still sings amazingly. I mean, to have those chops at 80 is incredible.
After praising Tony during their Rags to Riches recording session, Elton John kept the praise going yesterday as he honored who he called,
He's just the coolest guy on the planet, without question.
Good night, the milkman's on his way. Sleep tight.
The Chicks tweeted Tony was full of greatness, a warm and gracious soul, and we will be forever grateful to have known him.
Let's call it a day. Hey! What a thrill it is to have you on the record with me. I'll never forget it.
Well, neither will
It's
I.
great meeting you.
Bono posted the clip when he got to be around and sing with an American classic.
Love's company.
Wait and see. I mean, I wanna be around.
In 2011, Tony recorded Duets 2, and this time around, Mariah Carey got to record who she called one of the most beloved, respected, and legendary singers of the past century. Carrie Underwood worked with the epitome of a gentleman with a God-given, one-of-a-kind voice. Josh Groban also paid tribute, and Queen Latifah shared a throwback image of her Tony duet on her Instagram story.
Hey, John.
Yes, sir.
Come on, let's have a drink.
If you insist.
Tony's One for My Baby duet partner, John Mayer, had one more story about Tony for the road, writing, "It's his act of almost unbelievable generosity that will go down as one of my life's greatest memories. At a joint party celebrating my 30th and my father's 80th birthday, Mr. Bennett was a surprise performer who serenaded my dad with an a cappella performance of Fly Me to the Moon. Without so much as a microphone. He was operatic. I'd never seen or heard anyone do that, and probably never will again. It set the benchmark in my life for what a person can give of themselves without asking for anything in return."
They get one for my baby and one one more for the road.
Other singers like Lenny Kravitz, Ozzy Osbourne, Winona Judd, Bette Midler, and Keith Richards all paid their respects.
Just an interesting, incredibly interesting man.
Ask me when will that day be?
Big day, maybe tonight.
Christina Aguilera performed with Tony on his American Classic TV special in 2006 and on the 2007 Emmy Awards.
I won't waste your time.
But if you should ask me why I feel sublime.
And by the way, Tony won 2 Emmys during his career as well. A saddened Christina wrote yesterday, Tony's immense contributions to the industry will forever resonate with us all, cherishing the memories of our personal collaborations. His voice, his talent, his passion for music will never be forgotten. And Tony's contributions aren't being forgotten by the leaders of the country either. U.S. President Joe Biden issued a statement, as did Vice President Kamala Harris, who pointed out that Tony marched alongside Martin Luther King Jr. and John Lewis from Selma to Montgomery, and the VP adds, as a proud daughter of the Bay Area and a lover of jazz, I will think of Tony whenever I hear I left my heart in San Francisco, one of the many gifts he left us.
San Francisco.
President Obama and President Clinton and Secretary Clinton issued statements as well honoring the 20-time Grammy winner. 7 of Tony's albums have jumped back into the top 25 on Apple Music.
My next guest is truly one of the great singers of all time.
David Letterman posted a clip from The Late Show from 1986 where Tony sang Everybody Has the Blues.
Everybody's got the blues.
You're going to be working across the street at Radio City Music Hall. I'm guessing you've been there before. Big.
Just one other time.
One other time? When was that?
The Night of the 100 Stars.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
That was a lot of fun.
Are you going to be nervous now, 5,800 folks?
You know, usually I do get slight butterflies before a show, but boy, you get a big gulp at Radio City.
Showing just how eclectic his career was, even Miss Piggy and Kermit the Frog paid tribute to the classic crooner yesterday.
This afternoon, all you can hear is Tony Bennett playing up and down Central Park South.
As fans lay flowers on his star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame at the Fairmount Hotel in San Francisco, where he first sang I Left My Heart in San Francisco in 1961, and on his bench in Central Park, right across the street from where he lived and where he took his final breath, it's clear, because of you, Tony Bennett, our lives were made just a little bit sweeter. Rest in peace.